Dr. YouTube here, Tucker. Check out this real quick. It's go check out stuff they don't want you to know. This was published a while back, but this I wanted you to watch this because this is propaganda that we have to deal with every day, guys. You know what I mean? Go check out how it works.
Back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Matt behind the camera, say hello.
Hello.
And Agent Scully, say hello. Great, and I'm Ben, and that makes this stuff they don't want you to know. Now, before you click this, you probably already saw the title, and the big question, is your country using propaganda?
Yes,
Let's
it
get
is.
past this right now.
Every country.
Yes, of course, absolutely. Your local government is almost certainly using propaganda, and companies operating within your country are definitely using propaganda. They're calling it advertising, but six in one hand, right? In fact, there are so many different organizations using propaganda across the globe that instead of listing all of the different organizations that might be in your country, we'll save some time and we'll give you the tools to tell whether or not something is propaganda. So here are some of the common propaganda techniques. In no particular order. 1, name calling, also known as stereotyping. This would be when you invent a name to call someone to help dismiss their credibility. Tree hugger, Republican, Democrat, conspiracy theorist. 2, and this is a pet peeve of mine, as you know very well, Matt, and I'm sorry that you have to hear all the rants about this. The virtue words, the glittering generalities. Oh, values. What about our values, our morals, things like that? And oh, heart. Right? Not the worst of Captain Planet crew, but I mean when people say, oh, we put a little heart into our values, next thing you know, boom, there's another war. Number 3, the good old testimonial. When you want to get people on board with something that you're doing and you don't want them looking at the facts too closely, why not have an authoritative person just say that they also like it? You know, it doesn't have to just be Morgan Freeman. It could also be the Dalai Lama, or if you could get the Pope, though I imagine that's kind of difficult. These testimonials make people more attracted just to the idea of the person presenting the information rather than the information itself. 4, transfer. Now, if testimonials are depending upon the credibility of a person, then transfer depends upon the credibility or the unlikability of an institution. This is a guilt by association thing or a street cred by association thing. You know, you see a statement that sounds kind of weird. I'll just make one up. Eating hay bales turns out to be good for your heart. And this statement was found by a study conducted through the Northeastern Regional Farmers and Doctors Association. Be very careful when you hear an unfamiliar group authoritatively condoning something. 5, the bandwagon. Hey, everybody else is doing it, right? So why can't we? Or, hey, all the smart people are doing this, and you better get in now, buddy, before time runs out. And 6, and I love this one, the name of it at least, plain folks. You know, just plain old-fashioned folks putting food on the family dinner table and just trying to make our way. And be a good, conscientious citizen and just do the right thing. It's just the right thing to do. The idea here is that you will be suckered in by the argument that the common man unanimously understands this. Another phrase like, you know, it's just common sense. Why don't the guys in Washington get that? Elect me. Now, these are just a few of the propaganda techniques that are commonly used in countries and by companies across the world. So the next time you hear an extraordinary or contentious claim presented as an inarguable fact, then make sure you play these techniques back in your head and ask yourself, who's really telling me this and why? Oh, and one more before we leave. You longtime listeners are probably going, hey, why is he dressed like a doctor? Matt and Ben and Agent Scully are certainly not doctors. That's true. But if you did not know us and you just happened to be in a waiting room somewhere and you saw a guy in a white jacket like this on screen talking to you about, say, I don't know, a new health risk or maybe global climate change or an endangered animal or something like that, you're more likely to believe them. whether or not they're a doctor. I mean, this is just a jacket. But enough about those propaganda techniques. As we've said, there are many more that we could discuss. What are your favorites, or what are the strangest examples of propaganda in the country that you are living in right now? So.
This is a film about psychological warfare. A specific type of warfare designed to distract, misinform,
but trust me,
and anesthetize the brain. It has many disguises and is used against every one of them. Against them and against them. Of course, such Machiavellian activity requires a disguise, which is why propagandists call themselves the public relations industry. But do not be fooled. Public relations and propaganda are interchangeable, and it is the massive public relations industry that is designed to alter perception, reshape reality, and manufacture consent.
A Hollywood set designer was brought in to create a $200,000 backdrop for official war briefings.
Today, America alone has more public relations propagandists than reporters, which means that nearly half of what people in the West hear, see, or read is written by professional liars. Professional liars whose job it is to keep people in front of their televisions, reading gossip magazines, eating vast amounts of toxic food, and shopping, always shopping, for the latest fashions and trends. That's the ideal for propagandists. And great efforts are made in trying to achieve and maintain that ideal.
Look at that.
Anything that keeps the masses from organizing themselves and asking important questions about what their masters are really.
That's why they're making a race thing today. The government is. To keep us separated.
The 1960s, a period of heightened awareness and rebellion against the establishment, with students leading the resistance. But when the situation seems to be getting out of hand, the establishment ordered it to be stopped, and the propagandists moved quickly to lead the young people away from dangerous protests into such fashionable protests. That was then. This is now. Fashion, celebrity, sex, music, technology, any kind of revolution except the social revolution. In this film, we will reveal the methods used by the propagandists to control populations on behalf of their owners. Although these rich and powerful owners only make up 1% of the world's population, they have mastered the use of propaganda over 99% of the world's population, turning them into consumer slaves who work harder and harder to buy things they don't need. These consumer slaves are also made to pay taxes to their government, money which is used to develop new weapons for the pernicious invasions and occupations of other countries. In the last 5 years alone, they've given their owners more than $1 trillion for these illegal and immoral wars that can't be won. and are even encouraged to send their own children to fight them.
독려하였다.
This is Doctor of Psychology, Professor K.
어떻게 인류를 무감각?
You have just been exposed to a range of propaganda devices used by the West to control, manipulate, neutralize, and anesthetize entire populations, its own and that of other nations.
모두 다 말이다. 이와 같은 정신적 왜곡 방법의 성공 비결은 어떻게
The success of these mind-warping devices depends on their remaining hidden from the masses.
있느냐?
I'm gonna cut it short here, guys, on propaganda. All right, like and subscribe to my channel. 7, The Truth Will Free You. Dr. YouTube Tucker.
당연한 지도자 동지는
7, The Truth Will Free You 7. All right, guys. Thanks.
스스로의
Later.
눈으로